Does he have headphones?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's
Two,
listening.
1.
You listen to it, right? Yeah. Like, okay. So I'm about to the point. I'm about to this point in the podcast.
Okay.
So they started talking about pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Like the fact that us and New Zealand are the only two countries that allow,
Yeah.
advertisement. And Vance was like, yeah, I see it all the time when I watch football. That's about it. Which is true. I mean, for the most part. Yeah. Because people, I thought about this. How crazy is this? Like, I put up with commercials for sports. Kind of have to, right?
You have to.
Right. But like and I started thinking about this when he said that. I was like, he's right. Like, I don't see pharmaceutical advertisements on anything else I watch. And then I was like, well, yeah, dumbass, because you fucking stream everything else.
Well, I'm trying to think,
you don't watch commercials.
You don't see it a lot on YouTube. You do, but you don't see it a lot because the YouTube advertising algorithm is putting like-minded things
the
to
things that
videos,
you're watching,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like I watch a lot of golf videos, so I get a lot of like golf instruction or like balls or. And then there's
it toes that line.
Yeah,
like your interest, sort of. Yeah, I mean, they've got it figured out. YouTube's got it figured out, man. I mean, really, Google has it figured out. Well, YouTube before they were Google. I mean, it's the largest search engine in the world.
Yeah.
How crazy is it? Google bought YouTube, and YouTube's bigger than Google as far as search engine.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like searches. Yeah. Something's got to be done. Oh my God, I'm gonna go political already.
Oh, well, let me finish my point.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So they were talking about that, and they were like, how crazy is it that like we're the only country besides New Zealand that like has these, big pharma commercials. And Vance is like, and he said, yeah, it is. It's crazy. And, to Joe's point, he's like, Joe was saying like, well, people, do they lean toward, and Vance brought it up. It's like, do you think that people, the problem isn't that in his mind, the problem, and I kind of agree with it. Problem isn't that people see the commercial and like, I want that drug.
Right.
The issue is that they see that, and then they go talk to their doctor.
It always says, talk to your doctor.
And their doctor pimps them something that they get shoveling.
They get fucking back paid for.
Right. And because to Vance's point, which I agree with 100%, he's like, you see this commercial for heartburn medication. And the possible side, and then they go into side effects that are like, cramping, bloating, shitting yourself, blindness, could lead to death. And like, you see this and most people are like, I don't want fucking nothing to do it. Like, if you still are like, that's the one I want to try.
Yeah,
like,
I'll just take Tums.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm good.
When I was listening to that, I was thinking like it had always brought up a question that I always had when they're like, side effects include nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, the whole Pepto-Bismol alignment.
Yeah,
and then it's like, and in some cases, death.
Right.
And I'm like, hold the fucking phone a second. How do you know it causes death? Are you telling me that you fucking trialed this and someone died?
Yeah. Which is not, well, I'm not going to say that.
Because let me tell you something, bud. If you trialed something and someone died, that should not go to market. You know who doesn't die? Tums.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you eat a bunch of them.
Yeah, you can get like calcium poisoning. You get over-calciumated. Is that a word? Calciumated? Nope, but I made it up, and it sounds fucking smart.
And this is our podcast, so
you can get over-calciumated.
Calciumated. Yeah. Calcified. Calcified is a word.
Calcified is a word. I don't think it kills you, though. I think you would get really, really bad.
Okay.
It could kill you if you got constipated because of it, and then you didn't shit, and then you fucking split an intestine or something, and you went sepsis.
Yeah. Well, look, if you can die by drinking too much water, you can certainly die from having too much Tums. So I guess, I think that's what they say may cause death because technically it could. If you're
I guess.
a hot word, retard,
Yeah.
and you take an entire bottle of Tums,
Yeah.
you are more likely to die than, say, me, that has
two.
one or two. Yeah. So, sure. I mean, in that regard, absolutely, 100%.
I want to know if people die in those trials.
Yeah. So,
Like, what even made you think about throwing, in some cases, death at the end of that sentence?
that's true. That's a
Because
great point.
you didn't say if you take a bunch of them you'll die. You said in some cases.
In some cases.
In which cases? Yeah. Can I see those case files? Because this motherfucker died because you were paying him $300 to fucking take this pill at a college campus.
Yeah. It'd be fucked if, like, the guy that took the sugar pill died. Like, man, we're gonna have to redo that one.
Damn it! The sugar companies be like, I thought we pushed this all into the fat and carbs in like the 50s.
God damn it, we didn't know he was diabetic. So that part was kind of interesting what they were talking about, but they brought it up. I think. Well, it turned into a thing where it was like, that's what I want to say. How crazy is it that the companies that brought out the shot, we all know what the shot is.
The jab.
Yeah. That they were completely, it's not immune, but they were free of litigation.
Yeah.
If there were side effects, because they just said, no, we're good. Just pull it out. Just bring it out. The government was like, no, we're good. And we won't, there's no repercussions for the side effects.
That's wild.
Which is wild. And Vance, and this is something that I had never heard before, but is actually 100% true because they fact checked it on the podcast, which is that back in the day, 07, 08, the drug companies found a loophole.
Yeah.
That would free them from litigation if something was to happen with a drug that came out and started killing people.
Right.
This is fucking nuts. Because what they would do is they would pay a fraction of a penny off of all the sales of the drug,
right,
to a Indian tribe, to an American Indian tribe, that would loophole them into the tribe, which is a sovereign nation and can't be sued.
Sure.
What? I just took your line. What is happening, dude? That is crazy. So first of all,
oh God,
that's fucking insane. Second of all, whoever came up with that is a fucking genius. I mean, I'm just saying, whoa, like there's that guy is out there, right? Is all I'm saying. There's a dude out there that made that shit up, that figured that out.
That fucking, you know what?
Whoa.
You know what? This is going to sound real racist to some people, but I'm telling you, like, I know they went through some shit, but man, them fucking Indians are cleaning house, son.
You're right, dude.
They are.
Look, I was watching, so I was a couple podcasts ago or whatever it was, I was talking about how I was watching Entourage or rewatching the seasons, which I think is, so it's 20-year anniversary this year.
Oh, okay.
That came out in 2004, which I thought was fucking crazy. Side note is that was one of the shows that me and my dad used to watch every Sunday. I would go over to his house. We'd have Charo Chicken. That was the place I was telling. Charo Chicken. See?
And ginger ales.
And ginger ales. You need to get some cool ginger ales too. We need to remember to do that. So we used to, every fucking Sunday we'd go and we'd watch that, and that was one of the ones we'd watch, and it was just like one of those things. So I started watching, I was like reminiscing, I was like, that was kind of fucking cool. Yeah. It's a great show. But I think it was season 1 or season 2, they went to go watch some fights, and it was at Pachanga.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it had that's how Pachanga like got pretty big in SoCal, was they built an arena for boxing, and they got some really big matches there. And so I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Like that is pretty cool. I don't think they do it there anymore. Actually, I think that turned into the
auditorium,
big poker room there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. And Yeah, that whole thing came up about all that. I was like, man, that's fucking diabolical. It's so fucking crazy, dude.
That is so wild.
Dude. And like, I'm all over the place. I was watching one of the Entourage. They went to the Playboy Mansion. It was like the I think it's season 2. They go to the Playboy Mansion, right? And the actor from The Ranch that is now in prison.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Rooster was his name.
Rooster,
Ranch.
yeah. We'll just call him Rooster. So he's there at the Playboy Mansion.
Uh-huh.
Like, how fucking bad is that? Like, how bad is this now? So
Didn't age well.
So not at all.
Yeah.
So he goes up and he's like, "Hey Vince, what's up, guys? What's going on? Whatever." And he like looks past him or whatever, and he's like, "Is that Miss April? Fuck, I gotta go." Like, woo! And like 2 episodes later, Bob Saget was in there. He's dead.
He's dead.
But yeah, I was like seeing that. I'm like, that one didn't
They
age
gave him a
well.
long time too, right? What was that guy's name? Masterson?
Yeah,
Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
good call.
Danny.
30 plus, I think.
He got a long time.
Life,
bud.
something like that. It was like 18 counts or something crazy.
He was married to Bijou Phillips. Okay. It's a lot. Let's see. 30 years
Yeah.
to 2 life for 2 rapes. 30 years to life for 2 rapes.
Yeah. He went to Corcoran. I'm not mistaken.
He's been bouncing around because he's been getting his ass kicked.
Well, yeah.
He went to CMC and he got his ass kicked there too. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. Well,
You got a trophy on your head.
yeah. Yeah. You need to start paying.
I think that they sent him to Corcoran first, got his ass kicked, sent him to CMC, got his ass kicked. They were bad too. He got stabbed at one of them, like pretty bad. And they sent him somewhere else.
They don't fuck around. Dude, I mean, like, when Robert Downey Jr. was at Corcoran, but he was doing the right thing. That was back when they had cigarettes.
Yeah.
So he would bring in fucking pallets of cigarettes. He was paying people off, which was a smart thing to do. Danny, I don't think he has any money anymore. I think all that money went away. I'm sure he's got money
He's
somewhere.
still at CMC.
Can't have cigarettes anymore, so you got no fucking...
Nope.
And you can only put so much on everybody's books. Like, back in the day, it was kind of like you could just do what you want to do.
God, they got his CDCR pick. That's amazing.
He looks like he looks like every pedophile and rapist that was in our buildings.
Yeah.
He really does. He
I
looks
wonder what
like-
his number is. He's probably got like a.
They don't reuse them, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's probably got a B.
Oh, I bet they're past B's now, don't you
I
think?
think because they go like BC, BD, B.
Oh, sure.
He could be like in like the B. He probably had BJ.
We
We already had BJs.
We had
Yeah,
BJs,
I was making a joke.
Yeah. I was gonna say because we had a bunch of those.
Maybe
That
he's
was
BZ. He could be like BZ, BT down in there.
C's. That's how many people go to prison in California. In case you fucking people thought that there was.
I met an
thing.
an actual A in San Quentin.
We had
He
a
was
couple
in
of
North Block.
We had a couple there.
A's?
A's,
Really?
actual A's, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
He was old as fuck. Yeah. Actual A's. A lot of actual B's and C's, but
Dude, big news in the Hickman household.
okay.
My daughter is no longer allergic to eggs.
We knew it. It was only a matter of time because she was eating bread.
Yep. So once a year for a couple, 2-3 years now, we've had to, she had to go
allergy
to
test.
do which don't get me started on that because I hate that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like 2024, we're still scratching kids in their backs
Yeah, it's weird.
for allergy testing. It's super weird. But yeah, she went like a few weeks back and
No
no
what,
more egg allergy.
What else was she allergic to?
There's a few. I mean, like bee stings and stuff like that, a little bit. But I mean that that's kind of going away also. Nothing super crazy. Seasonal allergies, obviously, she still got those, which most of us do on some level.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was super pumped.
Well,
She
that's
called
cool.
me. She's like, "Daddy, I can eat eggs." I'm like, "Cool. we'll eat eggs. You know, I'll make eggs for breakfast one of these. She's like, I don't know if I like them. I haven't tried them. You tried them once.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the hospital. So I can understand. But, you know, we got them.
Yeah.
So
eggs are delicious.
I know. So that was kind of neat. I thought that was cool. I was super happy. Because, you know, I talk a lot of shit about people that have weird allergies and stuff like that. And then my fucking kid ended up with one. I was like, damn it, dude.
Yeah, but you grew out of it.
I know. Which was kind of crazy. So I read up on it. Which I read up a bunch on it when we first found out. Like, when because she was 1 when that happened. It was really shitty, obviously. But, so I read up on it then. That's when I found out that it was the white part of the egg, not the yellow part.
Which is interesting.
And that the emulsification of protein kills the allergy, basically. So that's weird. But it has to be baked, or it's very interesting. Anyway, obviously there's varying degrees. So I think some people that are really allergic to allergies can't even touch the shell. Yeah. But
same thing with like peanut butter. Yeah. Like with peanuts, like that's why they stopped serving peanuts in planes, because the dust was getting people closing people's throats.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah.
That was, you know what's funny? When I was growing up, that's the only allergy I ever remember hearing about.
Oh, yeah.
Only because there was one kid, his name was Chase. I don't remember, he was allergic to peanuts.
Yeah, nut allergies are fucking super aggressive.
Yeah.
Like,
you never meet anybody with a nut allergy that's like, I'm okay. They're like, no, I need my epi fucking pen.
Yeah, like, and that's an interesting point, right? Yeah. Like, there's certain allergies where you either, like, a lot of people have allergies to something, whatever it is. And then there's allergy, which is like, you have I have EpiPen in my bag downstairs for her. 4 eggs, which I guess, you know, don't need anymore. But I guess also bee stings, but I don't think she's that allergic to them anymore. So, but with peanuts, it's like,
you're going to die.
Yeah, if you touch one.
That's weird, man.
That is and it's like the oil.
And what is it?
It's got to be the oil.
Why is it that kid couldn't touch a fucking peanut and I could just eat him by the bag?
Yeah, it's super weird. And like, you know, I did it to myself, really, because I used to talk shit about a bunch of people. Like, seriously, you can't fucking eat this and that. Just keep eating it, man. You'll fucking
you get over it,
right? Well, apparently with eggs you can. Like, so, well, obviously varying degrees. I understand nuance, and I'm not going to get into that. But what I had read recently was that most people that have an egg allergy grow out of it by the age of 16, or between 5 and 6.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's a weird developmental stage of the brain or something.
I mean, there was no. Well, I didn't dive that deep into it.
Sure.
But on the surface, I found it very odd that, like, there was that 0 to 5 range
line there, yeah.
And then there's a very distinct line at 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And then if you don't kick it, then it's another 10 years.
Yeah.
Right before.
Is it also weird that's when they go to school for the first time, like real school?
Like 5, 6,
kindergarten.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, you could draw parallels, I'm sure, but
I'm just we all devil's advocate here.
Sure, absolutely. And we all know that, like, when kids go to school, we all end up getting very sick. Yeah. Like, it's just one after the other. Man, when they first started going to school, it was fucking crazy. Every week, they're sick every week. Yeah. And I joke and say it's like they're fucking carrier pigeons. But it's true.
They are, yeah.
Because you're around fucking 400 kids that are fucking blowing their nose and wherever they're, you know, I mean, it's just like fucking a testing ground.
It's gross.
You know? Fucking
gross.
Yeah. But that builds their immunity up.
Yep.
So there's that also. And it is needed, 100%.
Yeah.
So no better place to, you know, get that strike 1 point for public schools, right?
Yeah.
That you're able to get, because, you know, you get kids that get homeschooled their whole life and they're just out of that equation completely.
Yeah, like when they get sick, they get really sick.
Yeah. And they just, because they've never had the ability to develop immunity.
Yeah.
You know. Also, they didn't develop any social skills, so there's that too.
Fucking weird thing. Like I don't. I have two forms of sickness. It's either like I get so little sick that I can actually scratch it off towards allergies and be like, yeah, I'm just stuffy or something. Or I get so sick that I'm like, I actually can't go to work today.
Yeah.
Like, and that happens maybe once a year. It's very weird. I don't get sick that often.
No, and
even when Reagan gets sick, I don't get sick. Hardly ever.
Yeah, so that is a fucking weird thing, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you sleep next to somebody.
Bro, let me fucking throw this on you. I got strep throat maybe like 2 months back.
Yeah, I remember.
Neither of these fucking two got it.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that possible?
Which, like,
It's like one of the most fucking transmittable diseases ever.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Neither one of them got
it's
it.
that and Ebola.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
seriously.
Yeah. That's crazy. And you're right, because I've always considered I know I have a crazy high immunity. Like, I don't get sick, right? And then I had kids. I was like, God damn, there was like a year or two where I was just like all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I can't do anything kind of sick, but it was that annoying. I got a cough. I got snivels. I got fucking blowing my nose. It's just like, I feel kind of shitty. You know, your head fucking foggy. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, and it just feels like you never actually get over it. It's like you almost are there, and then you go back up, and then you're down, and you're like, I got this. And then all this, like, Jesus. Of course, we also worked in a prison, which is another petri dish of nonsense, you know, so get it totally. But same way as you, I might get sick once a year that it will put me on my ass. Like, it will just fucking floor me.
Yeah.
To the point where one year, a long time ago, this is probably 18 years, something like that, I was living with Jeremy and his wife and the kids and stuff. And they used to get sick all the time. Jeremy had a terrible immune system. He would get sick quite a bit. Possibly alcohol induced. I don't know. Drank a lot of alcohol back then.
Bringing the immune system down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's still sober, which is fucking rad. Came out of that. That's great. But he got sick quite a bit. Kids got sick. He got sick. She got sick. And I would never get sick. To the point there one time, like, everybody was sick, and their little boy was only about maybe 1.5 or 2 at the time. They asked me to, like, keep him in my room with me, and because he was kind of sick, but they were really fucking sick. I was like, yeah, no problem. You know, so all night we were kind of up and down and all that stuff, but he never really got sick. And anyway, about 3 days later, I got fucking super sick for the first time that they had ever seen. To the point where I didn't come out of my room for like a day and a half, and she called my mom and she was like, hey, just so you know, like, your son, like, he's really sick. I've never seen him like this before. Like, I've known him. At this point, we'd, been friends and known each other for like a decade, or a little before that, a little less than a decade. And I'd never been sick, like, to that extent. And my mom's like, don't worry about it. Just, keep sliding fucking water in there or whatever. He's good. It happens once every 5 or 10 years where he gets really, really, really sick, and then he's good. But just, monitor it. But I think we're good. And, like, it was just funny because when I came back out of it, she was like, Audrey was like, dude, I've never seen you sick like that ever. She's like, I called your mom. I hope you don't mind. I'm like, it's fine, man. Don't worry about it. But like, I remember that. And I remember that because I've never been that sick since. Like, I've never, like, again, we're talking like probably 15 to 18 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
But I will get sick to the point where like I really don't want to go to work. I'm really it's fucked up, but like I'll do it and I'll push through and I'll buy a bunch of fucking Dayquil or whatever the fuck. But yeah, it's fucking weird, man. Like, some people have shitty genes and some of them, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that is probably what it is.
Yeah. But I've never been allergic to anything other than like seasonal allergies.
Yeah, I don't.
And so that was kind of weird to bring it back to that. Like, for my daughter to have like an egg allergy that was like a fucking real allergy, it was a weird thing to deal with because I've never had to deal with that before, and it seems like stuff like that has popped up maybe over the course of like the last.
You know what a real weird one is too is like
20 years,
the
30
celiac disease, where like you can't eat bread, carbs, basically, essentially.
So
Gluten
is that
it's gluten?
Is that
intolerant.
gluten?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's what's weird about that though. People with gluten to celiac here can go to like Europe and eat bread and pasta
And not have an issue.
have it
Yeah.
because it's like the enriched flour that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because it's not real.
Because it's not real bread. It's not real pasta. They're not
right.
making it like with actual
wheat.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is fucking weird. And like, I think, not to bring that back, but like Joe and Senator Vance were talking about that, or, you know, whatever. And talking about how like, because I think they brought up RFK and like his kind of, you know, on
Agenda
about health and food and all that stuff, and how fucking crazy it is that like a lot of the stuff that we intake on a daily basis as an American society is outlawed in other countries.
It's weird.
Because of the ingredients that are in it, which is absurd, to say the least. But we can't get a drug approved that I'm sorry. We can have all this fucking crazy ass food that's been literally taken off the shelves in most of the world, developed world. But we can't, but they won't, the FDA won't approve like, mushrooms.
Yeah.
For
like veterans for PTSD and stuff.
I think that was it. Him and Sean Ryan were
grows
talking
like
about,
that.
Yeah. Talking about psychedelics and like their use in
proven medical use for PTSD.
They were talking about one drug that I had never heard before. They went to Mexico to do it.
Oh, you're talking about oh god dang it.
And it's not ayahuasca.
Not ayahuasca, it's the other one. It's the one that is got DMT. It's like the derivative. It's like the natural DMT. Like DMT is found in your brain.
Yeah, our brain produces DMT.
They find this one in the wild.
Yeah.
God damn it. I know it and I can't think of it.
Cyac or I can't. But
dimethyltryptamine, we know that.
So Sean was talking about it and he was like, he went down and did it for a week.
Yeah.
It was like a week-long thing. And he was like, it wasn't fun.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? You should...
but...
You guys, if you haven't listened, most of you probably haven't, and you too, a really good one to listen to is Two Lambs' book, The Way of Ronin. It's like it talks about like from his childhood all the way up from like leaving Vietnam. Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Leaving Vietnam as a baby and like coming up, going into the armed forces. And
I watch his YouTube channel.
Yeah, Special Force. Yeah,
fantastic.
He's awesome. Like, great operator. But it's his whole life story in this book, The Way of Ronin. And then at the end of the book is talking about like when he met Sean and won the podcast the first time, and Sean gave him the number of this guy in Mexico, and he goes really in depth on his fucking experience under that shit.
Yeah,
and like what he saw and like what he was feeling. And
Sean brought it up on Rogan's podcast too, like the weird kind of things that he was going through, like how I thought it was like how he's, and I've done this before in a dream, not at all the same, but like how he was talking about like how he was there and he saw like his life. Ibogaine. He saw his life like going past him, but he couldn't stop and like he couldn't stop it. Like pause it and like watch a particular time. Yeah. But he just knew everything that was happening and like it was going past as if he was like driving past it or something. And it's funny because I've had that before in a dream where like I was just like, I mean, obviously not at all the same experience, right? Not at all the same experience. I wasn't tripping, but it was just like seeing like an event in your life. Yeah. Right. That you couldn't pause it or like stop and just watch it like it was on a big screen, but you knew it was there and it was like going past you. So it was a very interesting thing that he was talking about. So he said it wasn't fun like the week, but he came back. So I guess that's really good for kicking addiction and stuff like that. So, in all forms. Yeah. Whether it's food or
anything,
alcohol, drugs, whatever.
So 2 went down there for the PTSD, and his was really weird because he was holding his breath to the point where he would black out, and that's how he was getting, like, he would take the Ibogaine and then do that, and every time he would do that, he'd get, like, he was trying, like, deeper into it.
Yeah.
And he said, like, it's fucking really, I give you goosebumps listening to it, because he's like talking to this person, I don't remember, or even if he got really into depth of who he was talking to in this trip, and it kept telling him to die, so he kept holding his breath and blacking out, and he would, like, get deeper. He did, like, 13 times in a row he blacked himself out.
Jesus.
To the point where they were like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Probably not do that anymore. It was wild. So, just like Ibogaine is a psychoactive alkaloid found in plants of the Apocynaceae family, such as Tabernanthe iboga, Vocanga africana, and Tabernae montana undulata. It can also be semi-synthesized from vocangine, another plant alkaloid. That shit just grows like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what, I have no idea what it costs to, like, go down and do that. And I'm sure now it's probably a lot more.
Well, they have, like, these dudes that trip here, like when Sakura did it with the fucking ayahuasca, like, they have a shaman, like, will come to, like, your house or your hotel room or something to do it.
But this was like a week-long thing.
Yeah, this was like for a certain specific thing, though. Like, they were going down there to fix something.
Yeah.
You just want to trip, you can lay on this fucking couch right here.
Yeah, but see, I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to fix anything either.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's because I don't want to see things again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there is value in that.
I'm sure there is, man.
Yeah. But I'm also not going to sit here and say that I have any parallel with
that's what I'm saying.
With what those guys have gone through.
Like, there's nothing in my past bothering me enough to want to see it again.
Yes, that is true. But in regard to addiction of some sort,
that'd be a different story.
So I'm just going to say this,
okay,
and it's just me and you, so I can, and the 4 other people that are listening.
22,
whatever. Like, I do honestly feel like I'm addicted to shit food. Like, I think about this every single night, bro. This is an intervention. Almost. Not really.
You can't intervene yourself.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about this with you.
Okay.
And now we're here, so fuck it, let's roll. I've actually thought about this for a couple months now. And this is what I think. I have this reoccurring thing that I keep thinking about, that, like, I am turning more and more into my dad.
Okay.
In certain aspects of my life.
Okay.
And one of them is
coffee cakes?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to keep it light through this, just so you know.
That's fine. No, I get it. And this isn't like this is just me, like, saying it out loud.
Yeah, we'll say it out loud.
My best friend, right? Like, I, for some reason, cannot figure out, like, I can't motivate myself enough to actually take a real shot at losing weight.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
And I don't understand why.
Well, I'll tell you why. I can tell you why. I think, and not just you, I think people in general. I think that if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you can do it just by cutting your calories, right? Like, you can lose weight to a certain extent, probably not where you want to be and as fast as you wanted to do it, but you can do it just by doing that. You can help it along tremendously by working out, right? Yes. It is an extreme tax on your brain to not want to eat good, but do it because you want to for your health. It's also an even more tax on your brain if you don't want to work out and you do it and eat good for your health. And it is extremely hard to do both of those things and or just the eating if if you're only driven by the thought that you're going to be healthier. And I want to make that sound. I'll bring it together.
Okay.
It is much easier if you find enjoyment in the working out, because you're never ever going to find enjoyment in eating less calories.
Right.
Ever. Like, I mean, I guess maybe some people that like have an addiction to like being skinny, like what are those people called? Like the people like, not the people that make themselves vomit.
Like bulimia? Or
Well, not like those, but like the ones that like literally see themselves as fat in the mirror.
I see.
Like that's like their addiction, right?
Bulimic.
And they like bulimics make themselves vomit though.
Yeah, I know.
Anorexia.
There it is.
Like they actually enjoy eating just a cube of cheese a day. Right?
It might be a psychological.
Right. No, 100% it is.
It is, right.
But it's definitely they don't enjoy it, but they think they do.
Right.
Okay. Regardless, what I'm trying to
rewired their brain.
Yeah, what I'm trying to get at is that like everything, I don't know how, I know I couldn't do it if I didn't enjoy working out. And I'll tell you why. Because if you enjoy the working out process, the best part about the working out process, which where 80% of your losses are made, is in the kitchen, not in the gym, right? Everyone knows that. Everyone says it. But what is interesting is if you get really into the working out part, you know that like the eating goes with it, and the eating is an extension of the gym. So like you almost enjoy, you find joy in like hitting the numbers you want to hit because you know that it's making your gym better.
Yeah.
That's an issue. So it gets much easier for people if they enjoy working out.
Right.
Much easier.
So like, I can tell you, I mean, I grew up playing sports.
Yeah.
The gym, when I was playing sports, namely football, because we went to the, we had our gym at the high school, junior high, whatever. It only was for football.
Yeah,
Like when I played baseball, when I played hockey, we didn't go to the gym.
Twitch muscle stuff.
Yeah, but the gym was never something that anyone ever brought up.
Yeah.
It was not part of the regimen. It wasn't part of training, right? Football, it was. So we had days that we were only in the gym.
Right.
Like, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. So like, but I grew up playing sports, and I played a fucking lot of them. Football, baseball, hockey. That's what I played for a really long time. And I was always big, always a big dude, but I was always in fucking really good shape. Like from the standpoint that I had fast twitch muscle, I was quick, I could fucking skate, I could play.
Yeah.
When it came to sports, I could just do it. I could throw, I could catch, I could run, I could tackle, I could take the shot. I was good at it. Like I was good at it. I could pick that stuff up quick. Never thought about it as like a workout.
Yeah.
It was just something that I did.
Yeah.
So now, like I look at it now, I look at my life now, and I'm going to say it. I have all these, like, I want to be around for my kids. I want to be able to go do fun stuff with my kids. And to do these things, I need to lose weight. Like I have to get healthy, right? Also, I'm not getting any younger. My heart's working a hell of a lot harder now than it was 20 years ago. All these factors, like all these things that are like, dude, you have to do this. Like if you don't, you're going to die sooner than later, whatever you want to call it. You're not going to be healthy. You're not going to be fun. Your knees are going to hurt, which they do. Like all these things, right? It's so fucking fascinating to me that like, I know all those things and all of them are very important, but not important enough to like, so I don't get it. I don't understand.
That's like all psychological thing. It's like,
it is.
You've been okay till now. So what's to say you won't be okay tomorrow?
I'm going to say this, and it's because, So a year ago, basically, me and Jess broke up. It was roughly a year. It was actually into November, but either way.
Yeah.
And a switch flipped in my head, right?
Usually does.
Usually does. But I think about it now, and I realize that I was so fucked up about it that I wasn't eating.
Yeah.
Food, didn't want it. Didn't eat. And the gym, when I was going very regularly, like every day regularly, was a way to get out of my head.
Yep.
And to pursue something that was positive and not negative. Right? I was in pursuit of something that didn't make me feel like shit. Right? Or more so that took up my thought process so that the negative stuff wasn't there.
Hard times make strong men.
Right. And then like slowly but surely that started fading because she started fading out of my head. Mm-hmm. Right. And I thought at the beginning or while I was into it and doing the gym and eating healthy and doing all that, because there was like 3-4 weeks where I barely ate a thing. I dropped a shitload of weight because I fucking couldn't eat anything. I was drinking water. That's it.
Yeah.
But then I was also going to the gym, so I had to eat.
Yeah.
And I thought in my head, I was like, by the time I'm okay emotionally with what went down, I would be at a point in my gym career.
Your fitness,
right? My
fitness journey.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
I hate that word.
I know.
I love it though. At the same time,
I know. I would be at a point where I was like, well, I'm invested. Right. I'm seeing results. I'm feeling really good. Mm-hmm. I can go up and down stairs without my fucking knees feeling like they're gonna buckle. Not that I'm, or whatever, right? And it didn't happen. Yeah. And I don't know why. Like, whether it was I didn't spend enough time. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, and it's not that I don't want to, because I do. Like, I want to. Like, I want to not be a 4X. I want to not, feel like I'm, like, degrading.
Right.
Like, as, like, my body, right? I don't know. It's a fucking weird thing. Also, I was taking testosterone. Yeah. And I stopped because that shit was really expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. Like the pills I was taking, it was like fucking $500 a quarter. It was a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I was like, I couldn't do it anymore. And those really helped. Like that shit helped.
Well, you can just get it cheaper.
I know. So, and I know for a fact I'm low because I have been for a really long time. And a lot of it has to do with not working out. So your body obviously produces testosterone naturally.
Based on your needs.
Based on your needs, but also based on age. And after 25, it's a fucking proven fact. It's proven, scientifically proven, that males at the age of 25 start losing testosterone more than when they were climbing up that hill. Yeah. Right? So and you have to somehow supplement that. Some people can with metabolism and working out because it maintains a level. And then there's some guys that just can't regardless. Like they can keep going to the gym, but it's not really doing anything because you're not producing enough for it to really take hold.
Correct.
So now I'm like at this point where I'm like, okay.
It has to do with endocrine receptors. Okay. I think those people, like people that can like get older and maintain a good testosterone level just being at the gym, they have really good endocrine receptors. Like you see like some dudes, like people with really, really good endocrine receptors, like basically every bodybuilder you see that can like go from like, they can put on 20 pounds of muscle in one prep that's like 4 months long, because their body reacts really well to high testosterone levels. And
is it chemically induced?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Naturally or not?
We're talking about chemically. Oh, well, your endocrine receptors, how good they absorb, the things that muscles need or your body needs is
that's natural.
That's natural.
You can't do that chemically.
What I'm saying is like some people's endocrine receptors just aren't as sensitive. Like It's the same thing with like someone's metabolism. Like some dude that can eat, whatever the fuck he wants, he never gains an ounce.
Yeah.
Some people's endocrine receptors are really good. They're very sensitive.
Gotcha.
Like most bodybuilders, they pack on 20 pounds or whatever, or cut weight even faster.
Do you think that that's something that evolves in your body over time because of what you're doing?
Maybe. I'm not really sure on that, but I don't.
Because like I have a strong opinion based on absolutely nothing. I'll say that if you work enough, like if you work hard enough at the gym, and you work hard enough on your intake,
sure,
that you can put on, like you can do that, like, meaning that I understand there's body types, right? Sure. Me and you have a different, we have a similar body type. We're big, we're tall, whatever. And then there's guys that are 150 and 5'10" or whatever, right? But those motherfuckers can still, like, some of those guys can still pack on and look ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
so like, and I know that some of those are Mexican supplements. However, at what point does your body
that's what I was just gonna say, like,
evolve?
There's you hear people talk about like newbie gains at the gym. Like you, as someone, like if you never worked out, and I don't know how this goes for older people, like past 25. Yeah. Like if they started working out, I don't. I'm sure numbers are close, but I don't know how. If they're like, as someone who's like 18 or 20, right, never worked out before, and they start going to the gym and doing it, like actually working out good, they don't even have to worry about really what they're eating. Like you can just go to the gym and work out good. Like you will put on as much muscle in that first year and a half ish as some dude who's been working out a while and starts his new cycle of trend.
Gotcha.
Like that new weightlifter muscle put on is extreme. Extreme. It's a lot. And you don't, like, your body just reacts to it without even having to eat a bunch of food. It just does it. But then there's a point where you hit it and you're like, if you're not eating in excess of calories, you're not going to get any bigger.
Right.
And you'll get smaller if you're not eating your maintenance calories. So like there is a weird thing, like genetics are weird. That time lasts longer for some people and less for some people.
Right.
And I don't that the body, the genetic makeup of people is so different. It's really hard to say like what's going to happen with any given person.
Right. I don't know, man. I've hit this point where like I think about it a bunch every night. I think about it every fucking night. Every night I'm sitting there going, I don't do what you're going to do right now, which is eat poison basically or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't get it. Like it's so crazy to me that like I can be at that point.
Yeah.
And like understand everything that's going on, have my full faculties about, but then not take that step. It's so fucking weird. I've got all the right shit. I've got the stuff in the freezer. I can do all this thing. Like I've got the protein. I've got all these things, and I've done it.
Yeah.
Right. And I lost 30 or 35 pounds, and then now it's back. And I don't. And it's like I know laziness. Right. That's it. Boom. Lazy. I just don't understand, bro. Like I don't. It's just so fucking weird.
I don't. I wish I could help you more. I wish I could help everybody that asks me the same question more. The only way I know how to do it is because I enjoy working out, like a lot. Like it's like something I look forward to.
Yeah.
Like as if I was looking forward to going fishing that day. You know what I mean? So like I have that. If I didn't have that, I don't think I could do it either.
Yeah.
I maybe, I don't know. I just.
What about it makes you enjoy it so much? Like, sure. What was it? What is it?
I think like, the results is what.
Well, because let's be honest, barring the last year, a little over the last year, like you didn't work out
at all.
Like you haven't worked out since before you're in the.
Yeah, it was like 2016 was like the last time I picked up any type of weight that was meant to be picked up.
I mean, me and you and M did it for a little while. I went to Planet Fitness and shit. Yeah, it was like, whatever. Yeah. And then we just didn't. So like, there was a huge lapse, or not lapse. There was a large time frame, half a decade,
Yeah, 6 years.
Almost,
probably.
yeah, more than that. Yeah, 6, 7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
I didn't fucking.
And then,
foot in
like,
the gym.
all of a sudden, you were just like, fuck it, I'm in.
I always told people that asked, they're like, why do you not work out anymore? And I'm just like, I fucking lost it. Like, I didn't look forward to going. I was hurt. I just like was tired of planning out so many of my meals and like having to like plan my day around it, and like having to like prep my meals to eat, like, so I know I'd have something good to eat. Like, I just got tired of it. And like, when I walk in the gym, it was like, I would like, ugh, not like, yeah, you know, it was like, so
are you worried now that at some point you're going to hit that where you're like, because I remember you saying, this is maybe like 3 months ago, you're like, I fucking can't stand, I hate prepping. Like, you said it flat out. You're like, this is fucking terrible.
it sucks.
I hate it.
It sucks just like,
but you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, well, the good thing about that is I kind of have to prep food regardless of what it is. I have to do it just because of like the work schedule.
Sure.
Like, it has to get done. Like, we're not in a position where we can wake up and make our lunches that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it has to get done. So it might as well just be what I need to eat. So in that case, it's like, I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, I mean, but people ask me forever, like, why don't you work out anymore? It's like, I just lost it. Like, I don't know. It wasn't fun for me anymore.
Are you afraid that you're going to hit that again?
Yeah. I'm not really afraid, but I'm
not afraid of it, but I mean, like,
I'm aware of it.
Yeah. Are you, and then what?
I don't know.
Like, do you just maintain? I know you haven't hit like obviously you haven't hit like a goal that you want to be at, right?
Well, I also like for like the past maybe like 4 months, I've been running on maintenance calories. I haven't been in a negative. I've been running on, and I've stayed the exact same weight. I'm like 230. I can touch 229 sometimes if I'm like didn't eat much the day before, you know. But if I like came in low the day before, the next morning I could be 229.
But you're working out basically every day, right?
We're like 5 days a week.
5 days. Okay, so that's fine. So you're working out 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You're maintaining your calories. You're maintaining your caloric intake.
Yeah.
On it for like the last 4 months.
Yeah.
You're gaining muscle still, but you're losing.
I don't believe that to be true.
You don't think
so? You can't do it. I mean, there's a point when you first start that you can do it, like where you can be in a caloric deficit and still gain muscle. That's like your body shock, like that first year and a half or whatever. You can definitely do that. But after a while, no, you can't. Like, you have to either be in a surplus or in a negative to either make it go up or make it go down. If you hit your maintenance, you can maintain, which is what I've been doing, because like I just got really burnt out on like 1,800 calories. I was just like, it started to be like, I think that as I was like putting on the muscle that I had before, it was easier. And then when I got more of it back on, I think it was just like, it got harder because it was like, I got way hungrier the farther I went into it. You know what I mean? Like, when I first started working out, doing 1,800 calories and working out 5 days a week was easy. Yeah. 5 months ago, working out on 1,800 calories was fucking hard. Yeah. Like, fucking hard. Like, I was tired all day. Like, I never felt like I had energy. So it was like, I went to maintenance calories and then just kind of like wanted to ride it out for a while. And then like the week before we went camping, I brought it back down again to 1,800 and hit the gym and that week, and I was down to like, I hit like 229. So it was like a pound or two, which is about what I look for. About 2 pounds a week is about as much as I can lose usually, and still be like function throughout the day, like now. So I'm going to start doing that. It got thrown off because of went camping, and then we had Halloween this week. So, but I'll be back onto it tomorrow, Monday, to the 1,800. I'm just going to rock down. I think I'm going to do like maybe like 10 pounds at a time, and then go to a maintenance for maybe a few weeks, and then go 10 pounds at a time. I don't have that much farther to go though. So like, what's your goal? I think I want to try, I don't know. It depends on how I look. Where'd you start out at? 315. Okay. So you dropped fucking 85 pounds. 85 pounds, yeah. And I was at like 80 for a while. When I started doing the maintenance, I was at like 233, 235, somewhere in there. Like, I was pretty solid in there in the morning. And then when I stopped, even after this 4 months, like I said, I was like 230, 232. So I actually did lose weight. Yeah. I mean, because there's days like I was still at maintenance calories, but there's days I just didn't eat as much, you know, so those stack up after a while, you know, 4 months, you know. So yeah, I did lose some weight. Not really trying to though. So now I float like 230. I can touch 229, 231 maybe. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I'm thinking maybe 215. I might go to 215 and then try to bulk to like 225 or maybe, probably 225 and then cut back to 215 and see what the difference in my body fat percentage is. So like mark my body fat at 215 when I get down there, bulk up till I hit 225, like a solid 225, like a morning time 225, not like a night 230, like a morning after shit 225.
Yeah.
And then cut from there back down to 215 and then see what my body fat percentage. Because if I'm lower body fat percentage at 215 than I was the first time, that means I put on muscle
and lost
the fat now back down to 215. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just to kind of give me a break and like let me fucking actually like let my fucking eating go for a minute and like actually fucking eat like I want to. Like this fucking gross.
Yeah, but like you want to, so when you eat like you want to,
I have
to also
like,
working out.
It's also clean. It's like a clean eating still. I just like, I want to get in like, I'm probably going to shoot for 4,000 calories a day.
Okay.
Which is, there's a lot of go back and forth with that. Like some dudes do like 5 or 6 and they just think that like the muscle you gain past, you know, whatever your weight is like as a person, like the muscle you gain past a certain amount of percentage of calories is like null and void to how much fat you're putting on too.
I gotcha.
So like, I don't know. I think I'm going to stay at 4,000 because I think my base is about 3,200. Okay. That's where I've been keeping it, like about 3,000 ish, 3,200. So I think the general scientific thought now is about a 500 excess kind of gives you a sweet spot where you're putting on muscle and not as much fat.
Gotcha.
So it just makes it easier to come back off. So I think like that'll be putting me like 3,700. So I'm just going to shoot for 4,000 because it's an easy number to remember.
Yeah. And then, so your goal would be like a lean 215 or a solid 225?
I mean, if I could have it my way, I'd be like 10% at 225.
Okay.
But that's a long ways away without...
You're talking years?
Without introducing some...
I understand.
Some out of body things, you know?
Some Mexican sups.
Yeah. So I don't know. The jury's still out on that. I just don't... Well, what really started me was I was trying to get my fucking blood pressure back down. Because it was high. And I don't remember what it was, but it was high.
Were you seeing signs, like physical signs of blood pressure?
No.
No?
No, when we moved here and I had to get the physical for the job at the juvenile, it was high. And he said then, and I knew it was high because they had taken it at a dentist like 2 years before that in Paso, and it was high. So I know it'd been high. And he said that I was young enough. He's like, I could put you on blood pressure medication. He's like, but I think you could probably just lose weight and be fine. And I was like, okay. And then I waited and still didn't do it because I didn't care. And then, I don't know, one day I was just like, I went to the dentist here when I had that tooth mold, and he pulled it and it was still high. And I was like, just hoping like maybe it would go down, eating fucking burgers and pizza, like it'd still go down. Like, nope, no, it didn't. Weird.
That's odd.
So I was like, okay. So I got it, trying to get it down. I actually have those numbers if you want to see them. I went to the doctor.
So my blood pressure has always been low. Like, I'm not low, like terrible. Like it. Yeah. I've never had issues with my blood pressure, like being high. Up.
A lot of that's genetic.
And that's what I hear.
Because I went to the doctor. Did I tell you that? Like, I made a doctor. I've set up a fucking primary physician.
Like recently?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
Like a month ago.
And what happened?
I went in because I told her, I was like, look, and I hadn't had my blood pressure taken. I was like, look, I fucking had high blood pressure. Told him the same thing that the doctor told me. I was like, he could give me blood pressure medication. Probably didn't need it if I just lose weight. I'm like, look, I'm down like 85 pounds. I was like, I just want to come in here and see if it's good. And she's like, okay. So she took it. And she's like, doctor's office blood pressures aren't good. She's like, usually it's elevated. She's like, so I want you to take it, like try to do it once a week. And she said, when we get to where the weight you want to be at, come back and we'll look at it then. And she said, we'll probably run a full blood panel too, just to see like how your heart's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I went to the doctor, it was 148/81, which is pretty high. She said it was elevated. She said I wouldn't consider that high. She said it's elevated. That was a month ago at the doctor. Last 2 weeks, I have the date. That was, fuck off, please. On October 18th, it was 126 over 75.
Which is like money, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to be under 120 and under 80.
Yeah.
So that was at Walmart, 126 over 75. And here's what I'm actually, I don't give a fuck about that number. The cool number was my fucking resting heart rate was like 53.
That's awesome. That's huge.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm like a fucking runner.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I need help. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I know that's open. It's not like I'm like fucking on my knees praying. But I don't know, man. Like, I want to be around for my kids. I want to be able to have fun. I want to roll around on the ground, mess with them, and run up and down hill, do all these things. But also, I mean, obviously, just like, I want to see myself at a weight that I've never seen myself before, and not up there.
Yeah, and not to the north. I was going to say, we can do that,
yeah,
bud.
I don't want to see myself jelly roll style, which he's actually doing better.
Yeah,
obviously,
he's doing good.
A lot better. Still, I mean, love the guy. Fat as fuck.
It is good, though, that your blood pressure is good. Like, that is a positive.
Well, I don't know what it's like now. I haven't tested it for a long time. But when I used to go to the doctor, I'd go to the doctor once a year and have a physical or whatever. And they're I've told the story before, but it was like the guy sat me down after he did blood pounded the whole night. He was like, man, everything looks really good. And I'm like, sounds like you're fucking weirded out by that, doc. And I'm like, I know I'm fat as fuck, but goddamn, give me a break, you know? He's like, your cholesterol's awesome, heart rate's awesome, blood pressure's awesome. He's like, honestly, you need more good cholesterol. Now, this was a while back, so I mean, obviously that changes, and I'm older now.
Sure.
Know? It's been 4 or 5 years since I went, and to do that kind of thing. But I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just like, I know everyone wants to like demonize counting calories. I don't understand why. Like, for some reason, that's like something that's like...
Well, you included until about a year and a half ago. But yeah, okay.
Well, no. I would demonize it in the sense that I was like, I don't care about losing weight. But if you're going to tell me I want to lose weight, but I don't want to count calories, I'm like, well, how the fuck
work.
How the fuck do you know what you're doing? Like, that's like saying I want to solve this math problem, but I want to use numbers.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Right.
Yeah, you just, I mean, if you don't find joy in going to the gym, like, you're going to have to find something at least semi-active that you enjoy doing.
Right.
Something that at least benefits the calorie deficit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and metabolically.
Sure. Like,
not fishing.
Wish it was, but we're kind of just standing there, huh?
Yeah.
Although I am fucking tired as hell after fishing, I tell you what.
Yeah.
That's probably the
you've seen the Nike commercials lately? Have you seen those Nike commercials? Pay attention. You're going to see some during, like, when you watch football and stuff like that. But, like, the basis behind it is, like, winning isn't easy.
Yeah,
like, it's not, it's hard. Like, winning's hard.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be easy. Which,
no, because if it was easy, everyone would be a winner.
Right. And that's essentially what they're getting at. But it's like, but it's real. It's true. It's like, if you want to do something that betters yourself, whether it's physically, emotionally, whatever the fuck, it's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be. You're supposed to be a little hard. Yeah. It hardens you as a person. Like, whether that's in your brain.
You know, that's a good point. That's another thing that you find when you get the like the gym bug, and you see results from you working hard, you start to like be like happened on Halloween. Like, I didn't have to run up the huge hill, but I was like, it's gonna suck, so I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I was like, okay, but you kind of get that, like, where you start to be like, this is hard, so I'm gonna do it, as opposed to like, that's hard, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah,
but I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember us when we used to go hunting. Really, it was just us walking around with a gun and not actually shooting anything. But like, I thought about those things, and there was one in particular where me and you went camping for the weekend. We went out to that spot, and we were looking for hog and pheasant, or not pheasant, but chucker or whatever.
No, it was quail.
Quail.
And fucking cottontails.
Yeah, yeah. And like, we were we went down
pretty far.
Yeah, it was a fucking trek.
Yeah.
Coming back was
a few miles one way.
And it wasn't easy mileage. It wasn't like,
no, it was like,
yeah. And I remember feeling like, man, it was fucking rough, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was rough.
It was hard
for me, but
it was hard for me. I was too.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I don't remember that. I don't have that memory as like a negative memory. Like it was fucking cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like it felt good afterwards. And like all those ones that we did, just the day hunts that we went up and like those were
to the top of that
fuck,
mountain,
man.
That was
we were ripping up the top of that mountain. We were walking the ridge. We went a fucking long way those days too.
Killed stuff on those days.
Yeah. But it was like, it wasn't like, there isn't a negative what is that? Is that right? Condensation?
Connotation, not condensation.
Yeah, not humidity.
Negative condensation. It's like acid rain.
Yeah. There wasn't that negative connotation.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, man, I don't want to do that again. Doing. Yeah. So there it is. Like I enjoyed doing that because that was fucking cool. Like,
what about hiking? Do you like hiking?
I mean, I've never really done it without a gun.
Yeah.
And a purpose.
That's all hiking is hunting without a gun.
Right. I mean, I'm not against it by any means. Like
the problem with hiking though is it's like that's a day off thing. So it's like
you
can only
that's something that you're doing when you're not working.
Yeah, which sucks.
Or you do it in the summertime after work. You know, right where it's darker later, right? Because so it's kind of you got to pick your battles there.
Yeah.
Well, you got to pick your time and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem doing it. I think it's corn maze, that corn maze we went through.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I felt that like at the end of the day. Well, not at the end of the day, like the next day I was like, man, my shins are fucking, it was great, but it felt good. It was cool. It wasn't like I was fucking out of breath or nothing. But, but sweats weren't probably a smart move.
Yeah. Well, it was hot.
Yeah. But anyway, like I don't know, man. It's a weird thing for sure. Like I got to figure it out, and I know I do.
Well, I mean, the only constant there,
and I want to.
The only constant there for sure is the calories. Like they have to come down. It doesn't matter. Like regardless if you're working out or not, the calories have to come down.
Right.
So that's step one.
Yeah.
Like
what's crazy is like I don't like I think about what I eat, like generally what I eat, and it's not overly crazy except for the nights that I'm like, I just fucking order it, just get it over with.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dumb, but I do it anyway.
Sure.
So those nights need to be done. Like I need to not do that. Like really, financially it sucks too. It's $40. I mean, it's fucking nuts when you have some, especially when you have all it in your fucking freezer.
Yeah.
And I was telling Courtney about it too, and we were talking about it the other day. I was like, I feel so good when we cook something good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like you're not bloated, you don't feel like shit. Like, man, that's fucking awesome. Like it feels good.
Right.
But sometimes so does Taco Bell.
You're right.
Which is fucked.
You don't have to give up Taco Bell. You don't have to give up any of that stuff.
Something got to give.
I mean, if you just cut it back to 2000, roll 2000. Like if you roll 2000 for like a month with no cheat meals, and then start like one a week, and then like I mean you can do whatever the fuck you want that meal.
Yeah.
I usually crust a large pizza.
I know. You love pizza,
which is great. Pizza. Like that's how I would start. I would just cut it back to 2000, make sure it's good. Find foods that you really enjoy eating that keeps it under 2000. Potatoes are great. Yeah. You can do crazy stuff with rice. Like you can get a good fried rice for adding almost no calories to the rice. Throw eggs in there, a little soy sauce, some chopped up ham or turkey, whatever you want to do, some onions, garlic. Get a good fucking fried rice going. Potatoes. I mean, almost all your meats, like 93% beef, chicken, turkey. Fucking go to the fucking, the Sara Lee makes that bread that's like it's 45 calories a slice, wheat or white. And
that's great. I don't even eat bread. I don't even eat it. I don't have a loaf of bread.
I do because I love bread.
I haven't.
It's great because like
bought a loaf of bread in like 3 months. It's so weird.
Awesome, because like I'll buy turkey or ham,
Yeah.
and I make fucking like I can have like 3 ham sandwiches
Yeah.
for like 500 calories.
Yeah.
And I'm
crazy.
full. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
well,
yo.
fuck yeah.
You get the fucking air fried frozen chicken. It's called Real Good is the brand.
Yeah, I've had it.
Yeah, you fucking get those with the fucking. When I get those, when I do them for sandwiches, I get the low carb buns, the keto buns. Not because they're low carb. I just really don't like that part of it. But I get them because they're like 80 calories or something for the bun.
Right.
And I can make 2 fucking buffalo chicken sandwiches for 500 calories, and I'm like struggling to eat the second one sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is fucking McDonald's almost. Like this is Chick-fil-A.
Right.
You don't even notice it.
I made fruit parfaits the other day, like last Sunday. Strawberries, strawberries, blueberries, pomegranate. Ben loves pomegranate.
They're delicious.
Okay. And then I got the Greek yogurt, the Greek god stuff that I used to eat back in the day. And then keto granola.
Yeah.
We made those. I've eaten that for breakfast every day this week.
Yeah.
Like it's just really
Like the
good.
keto stuff, like I dislike it because I don't get the carbs, and like I try to get as many carbs as I can and stay under my calories. Like as many carbs and as many proteins as I can. But so I don't like the keto stuff for that, but the cool stuff about the keto stuff is it's so low in calories.
Yeah.
So low. You know?
Yeah, I gotta do something. I gotta do that. For sure.
But I think the best advice that I would have is just find some meals that feel like cheat meals. Like those buffalo chicken sandwiches, it feels like you're like being naughty. You're like,
I got a new air fryer.
I like look around, I'm like, oh god, someone watch me eat this.
I got a new air fryer that's got the window in it, so I can like watch it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fucking dope. That thing is.
I wonder how long my air fryer is gonna last. I mean, that thing gets used every single day at the highest fucking heat, and it's been doing that for like I don't know 6 years now.
Mine had a hole in it. Like I pushed it, so I moved it back. No, I moved it back, and apparently I hit the corner of my windowsill.
Oh shit!
And it put a fucking hole in it.
Should get some of that aluminum
And
tape.
I'm like, should have, didn't. When Amazon, hey, that fucker, whatever percentage was like that.
It's on sale.
Prime Day
thing
there. Got it.
Yeah. I can't live without an air fryer.
Love it. The thing is awesome.
That's my biggest advice to anyone on a diet. Use your fucking air fryer.
Yeah.
Because
it's fantastic.
It makes bad things not bad. Mm-hmm. That Real Good, by the way, brand has these, they're like chicken breast chunks, and they're garlic parmesan flavored. And they go very, very well with Asian stuff.
Okay.
Because they're kind of that light texture, like Asian chicken is. Like,
okay,
not tempura, but like...
I was going to say
it's almost like the corn, like cornstarch batter it.
Oh, okay.
How it gets crispy, but it's really thin. Like you can still see the muscle fibers on the chicken.
Yeah.
It's like that. And it's super good.
Okay.
Yeah. Aldi has egg rolls. They come in like a 6-pack, I think. Mm-hmm. And they're 120 calories for one. And it's like 10 grams of protein and like 20 carbs. So like you can throw 2 of those. That's 240. Make a fried rice, like a pretty like a cup of fried rice, and you can have 2 egg rolls, the fried rice, and it's like $4.90 or something. And then if you want to throw in, like if it's your dinner, throw in a serving of that garlic parm chicken, and it comes out to like 610. So like 610 calories for your whole dinner, and it's like you have a fucking a big serving of fried rice, 2 egg rolls, and a fucking 4 ounces of chicken.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's crazy.
And it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Like when I get that meal, I'm like, yo, I'm getting it.
Nice. Yeah. We'll talk more off camera or whatever you call that.
Out of studio.
Yeah, there it is. Didn't even get to my new hobby, but that's okay.
Oh, we'll get to it next time.
Yeah.
I got to eat. I'm hungry already.
Yeah. All right.
I was eating when you came in. I'm eating when you leave.
Yeah. That'll happen.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
And then I got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I got to do arms today.
Fun.
It is the best day.
Yeah. Arms.
It's not taxing.
No.
Like it's not like back or chest where you're like, God.
Yeah.
Like where I just need to sit down afterwards because my system is shocked.
How about those arm, like basically, so you don't overextend your tricep.
Oh yeah.
I bought those because when me and you went that time and like couldn't open my arms all the way for a while. So like I got those because I was worried that like to the point where I couldn't go work out again. Like I couldn't work out my arms that week.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Like I can't do that. Like I can't like go one day and just be like, I can't do anything now.
Bro, what if you jumped on the O train and we documented it on the podcast?
What's the O train?
Ozempic.
What's that?
That's that fucking diabetes drug they're giving people to lose weight.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after this.
Okay.
The O train. Like
Segura's on
I just don't want to do.
That's how Segura did it.
Did he?
It's terrible for you. I don't think it's good for you. I'm not saying it's bad
like,
for you, but it's definitely not good for you.
Yeah. We'll talk.
We're going to talk.
Yeah.
Not to you guys.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys later, though.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
See ya.